Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this reading, we're going to look into the tea on your haters. And what inspired me for this was my other reading on what people are saying about my collective, and I just want to kind of turn the tables and really see like what's going on in my collective's haters' lives. The collective is made up mostly, or all, there's just a lot of people who care a lot in this collective. People who might second guess themselves because they're like the low vibrational people of the world. That's what they love to do, is make others second guess themselves. They love to manipulate. They love to just like really trip up those who are bright and loving and who are always reaching for those higher vibrations. So so the people of the low vibration, that's who I'm calling out in this reading. That's the tea that I'm getting, and so yeah. Let me just introduce the crystals really fast. This is Amazonite. This is kind of a new addition to my collection. I really love it. I believe this is kunzite. This is orange calcite, adventurine, and this is rhodochrosite. So might be a little dark right now because the sun's about to set, but yeah, without further ado, let's get into the readings. All right, welcome pile 1. So for your reading, you got 7 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Page of Wands, the Lovers, 2 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 3 of Wands, and the Emperor. So I got anger right away from this person or group. I'm getting defensiveness and a feeling of outrage. I guess that's like what they think about when they're hating on you. I'm not sure. But yes, the main question is, what's the tea on these haters? And I'm excited to validate the collective, to give them some answers about these people. Also, sorry, there might be some noise in the background from my 2 foster kittens getting a little energetic with their toys. I picked up a visual about this type of hater. They are someone who presents with a lot of anger in public, and so a lot of people get annoyed with this person, or maybe not like annoyed, but like, you know, when, oh my gosh, Spirit, I just got the message of like the Karen, or I don't know what the male counterpart is, but like, is it like Ken or Kyle or something? But yes, that's how they appear to many in public. Is like that angry kind of Karen image, like that person who has like the really like irrational level of road rage when they're like driving. That's like how they appear a lot. They have, oh my gosh, I got this. Okay, Spirit, Spirit has a sense of humor right now apparently, but they're saying they have crackhead energy, and they also come across as that. They have like a nervous, addictive energy. And I don't mean to like make fun of any type of addiction. I mean, I take that stuff very seriously. I more mean that, I really got that message from Spirit. So for some reason, that's what they wanted me to say. And I don't think it's like literally they're on drugs or something. I think it's more like they just have that nervous energy about them, like irritable. And they might likely they are addicted to something. You can be addicted to anything, so they definitely have some kind of dependency on something, and a lot of the time they don't have access to it, so I think they take it out on others is what I'm getting. I'm getting a sense they are they lack connection with reality, so they're like out of touch with reality, and this really interferes with them being able to genuinely connect with people. Also, I got some abusive energy, so yeah, so it's getting a little intense here, so please be mindful. I don't want to bring up any hard like situations, so this person just seems like they need like anger management classes, to be honest, and I think nowadays it's more like narcissistic like treatment, or like I know there's like treatment for like narcissists nowadays, so I think that would be needed for this person. They just like have this sense of needing to attack and being defensive, and I think that people in their life have tried to like let them know this and help them improve, but they just can't because they're so defensive and out of touch with reality. Yeah, there's an overall feeling of just there's a lot of oppression by some kind of addiction. So people talk about that with this person, or they talk about them. Like if people talk about them, that's what they talk about that often. There's more to unpack there, but I'll probably get that with the next things when I start shuffling cards. But there's definitely something kind of lurking behind what I was just saying. They have very extreme fantasies of like being like all powerful, of being all right, to always have the last say, to always feel like they're like the one to like help others instead of like them being helped. Like they just have this like huge image of themselves, and they really don't have much self-awareness. So let's get into some other questions. Spirit, what's going on in this person's life to be hating on others? What's going on in this person's life to be hating on others? What's going on in these people's lives? What's going on in these people's lives? What's going on in these people's lives? Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have King of Cups, Temperance, the World, the Sun, and the Star. So 4 major arcana coming up for this question of what's going on in these people's lives. And so first, this person or people, they love appearances. They want to appear as this like cool, composed person, like King of Cups, like they have control over their emotions, and they're like a boss energy. But really, I got from Spirit that people just think they're crazy, because I think they can sense that they're like so desperate to control their emotions, but time and time again they're lashing out. They're explosive. They're getting angry about little things. So yes. With Temperance, that is Spirit confirming they have some kind of addiction problem, because Temperance is like about moderation, kind of introspection, to like reevaluate. And I'm getting like the opposite of that with this person. There's just something going on, and it's very unfortunate. I got with the other arcana that basically people don't like living with this person, or people, whoever's hating, that they're like pretty disliked. These people, they see others glowing up around them, And every time they notice this, it increases their addictive habits. Whatever is going on like that, it just gets worse and worse. So this person's stuck in a cycle of comparing themselves to others, to getting angry when they do this, and to just going to the worst coping mechanisms possible. And it's just very, very unhealthy. So let's move on to the next question. What does Spirit have to say about this person or these people? Okay, one or two more cards, Spirit. What do you have to say? Like, I got Spirit's like, that's enough. I think that's the message there. Okay, so for this question, we have 7 of Cups, the High Priestess, 3 of Cups, and Queen of Cups. So the messages from Spirit are that Spirit is sick of showing this person signs to grow in their life. They are sick and tired of that. And they are sick of going in, they even go into their dreams to show them signs. And this person is just not getting it. They are very closed off to 5D. But the way that Spirit is sending the messages, it's like this feeling of like, how can they deny it? Like, there's just so many messages, so many signs coming in that this person is just, I don't know, I'm getting like given up, and they just like don't believe in miracles. They don't believe in anything of that nature. Spirit even conveyed that they give this person signs like out when they're like out and about through like strangers, and this person, these haters, they're just, that's like, they look down on these messages. They're like, they just think they're superior to everything. And with the Queen of Cups, I got that there's even an ancestor or multiple ancestors trying to get through to this person, and again, they're just closed off. And that's the main message I'm getting from Spirit, is like just a lot of effort like trying to get through to this person, and there's a lot of blocks like getting like helping this person grow. So that's what I have for you, pile 1, and I wasn't expecting that for that last question, but so yes, hopefully that gave you some answers, kind of explained like why this person or people are the way they are. Okay, hope to see you in my next reading. All right, welcome, pile 2. So for your reading, you got the Magician, Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups, the Empress, King of Cups, Death, and 10 of Pentacles. So for the tea on your haters, they are feeling actually like really sad at night. They're very lonely. They feel undesired, unheard. But the thing is that they definitely have some kind of like this energy of the cheater or player or whatever you want to call it. They definitely have ego issues. I also got a distorted masculinity about this person. I got that they are denying some kind of part of their identity, and I even got like perhaps it is some kind of LGBTQ part of their identity. I got that people see through whatever charade they have going on. People see through that. I got an image of some kind of powerful feminine presence around them who like sees them as a joke, who laughs at them, sees that they're fake, and kind of puts them in their place. And I got that they're getting their karma for something. So whatever that is kind of one of their worst fears, apparently, is for a powerful feminine presence to really make a joke out of them. They definitely have unhealthy habits, and I got that people notice this about them. Just something unhealthy about this person. I got that they ended up in a job where they thought they were gonna like blow it out of the water. They were just like way too confident, and they were humbled really fast. So it just appears like in their workplace something like is really puts them in their place, or someone, maybe their boss or their team or something like this. And they really don't want people to know that. They would really not want you to know this, about this, like these job issues. Like that would really kill them, just because of their ego. So I got that they're in hot water for something, so maybe that's in their job. But I just got an overall sense, so this could be like in a community, maybe some kind of legal trouble. They definitely have a lot of fear around whatever this is. It just feels like it could really greatly affect their life. And that they're really seeing consequences for something that they are guilty of. Spirit and the universe is throwing this person rapid fire tribulations, is what that's like the main message I got, was just many tribulations, many life lessons this person has to learn at this moment. And one of the main goals Spirit has is to kill this giant ego of theirs. So that is kind of the main thing with the lessons they're learning, is anything that will kind of put them in their place, humble them, show them like that there's things in life that are way bigger than like someone having to build up their ego. I also got that Spirit is even trying to like trick them. Like they're so focused on 3D and like low vibration things, that Spirit is having to like trick them with lessons through kind of like, it's kind of like odd, but like seducing them with money, or seducing them with like power or status, or in order for this person to go through like really hard lessons. I got from Spirit that this is a really big way to protect someone, or maybe multiple people that this person has been harming. So that's a pretty heavy message. So the next question I would like to ask is, what's going on in this person's life to be hating on others? Like what's going on in their life to make them so like negative and wanting to hate on people? What's going on in this person's life? Ooh. Okay. For that question, we have 6 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords, and 8 of Wands. So this energy is really sad, actually. This is the kind of person that takes out their trauma on other people. I got that they most likely had some really bad things happen to them in their past. So there's definitely some codependency issues with this person, and I got that the people or person in their life who they value the most is actually like the most abusive and maybe even more abusive than they themselves are. So yes, I remember earlier saying how Spirit is giving them rapid lessons, like rapid life lessons. And with every rapid life lesson that they're given, this person, the abuser in their life, or abusers, like give them, like they kind of cancel out each thing that they're learning. So like they will learn something one day and kind of like digest it and think, oh, that, you know, like the wheels start turning in their head. But then with this abuse in their life, they're like, they can't even process it. They can't really embody it, because whoever's like treating them like this is just like making them feel like so worthless, and like they're never going to add up to anything. And like I'm getting like the worst kind of treatment imaginable. And so yes, they take out this on other people and on you. So that's really, really unfortunate and tragic. What messages do you have to say about this person? For this question, you have the Moon, Page of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and Nine of Swords. So this is a much more like thoughtful and just very interesting read, that like versus the last pile for this question, because Spirit is really coming forward to really discuss this person. And they want you to know that they are really working on this person's life path. They said they're working overtime for them in the spirit realm to really get this person moving towards a growth mindset. But the Spirit does say that in the meantime, they want people to steer clear of them, because I heard there's a lot of crossfire going on. So someone who might try to come into their life and help them a little, like that's not going to be good, because this person's just going to harm them because of everything else going on. Spirit sent the message that they're actually trying to isolate this person so that this hater, like the person hating on pile 2, it's kind of hard to explain. Oh my gosh. Okay. The person this reading is about, the hater, or what have you, like Spirit is saying they're isolating them so that this hater can see their abuser for who this abuser is. Whoever's like causing so much strife in their life to take it up on other people, they're working overtime to try to get this person to see that, and so that they can move on and like finally grow and finally see the errors in their ways. Spirit is saying it will take a really long time for this person to see that. And even once they get to this place of growth, like their life is just not gonna really turn out to be, oh my gosh, this is like so harsh, but like it's just, they're gonna end up living a pretty average life because of like all the wrongs they've committed. And they're just not really gonna reach like a place of like pure happiness, or of like, you know, like what society said like shows as like the greatest success. Like this person is not going to get that. And I also got the message that every additional person that they keep hurting, the more average their life is going to be. So pile 2, that's what I have for you. And hopefully this answered just provided some answers and clarifications on this person or people, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Welcome, Pile 3. For your reading, you got Justice, Queen of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 4 of Cups, Ace of Swords, and 4 of Wands. For this reading, for this pile, I was getting energy of a family or even like chosen family. I was getting a visual of this hater or this group of haters, like they like to lie about like how great they're doing, like how powerful they are, all their like success and achievements. They like to really elaborate. So definitely some ego going on here. I'm sensing that they definitely have some really bad toxic tendencies. I got that they lack integrity and they are kind of out of touch with their soul. They don't really know what's going on. Like there's definitely that sense of not really being in touch with reality. They seem to have like accepted their fate of just being on a dark path. And Spirit, I got a message from Spirit that they try to show them signs on how to improve, but there's just really thick walls around this person or these people. I got this image of this person like in like a white void for some reason. Like they're just like really far removed from their body. Like they're really like lost in their thoughts, and like they don't really know like what they're doing or like what's the best thing to do, or even like how to like change or make steps for anything different. They're just very like stuck in this like fuzzy kind of void where they just can't make like that much action. I got a sense of some dependency on maybe drugs or alcohol, which would make sense because of that kind of fuzzy void feeling that I was getting about this person or group. I got a sense, unfortunately, that this person has some kind of an abuser or someone who puts them down on a regular basis. And the hater, the person hating on pile 3, they actually kind of blindly follow this person, and it's like a misery loves company kind of situation. These haters decided to just focus on survival and not really trying to find like true happiness. Like they just don't even have the strength to like see that as any kind of possibility. Unfortunately, they don't really desire anything that's like actually in their life. Like they're not very satisfied. They're just kind of going along with everything. And then the things that they do want, like they kind of haunt them, and they're very insecure, like very, like they don't really have a sense of self. And things that they do want in their life, they don't really feel like they're possible or they would have access to them. I got a blocked throat chakra coming from this person. And they're just used to like the toxic life. They're just used to like drama and chaos and like not really any genuine connections. This was just a really sad energy, and it felt like a scary movie to me. Like this, it kind of felt like this is like someone's worst fear, or like, oh, I just got that that saying in my head about like a lot of young people call life like some kind of like simulation, or like it's a game, like it's not real. And that's what this person feels like they literally have let their life become just very robotic. But like not even with like the pluses of like that. Like there's still like a lot of chaos and drama going on. It's not like monotonous with like no emotion. Like it's a lot of like the bad emotions. And this is pretty dark, but I definitely, the saying Stockholm Syndrome came to mind, because this person or group is just so stuck in this lifestyle and routine that they've grown like a dependency on it, and they don't know what is like actually healthy. I also got a feeling that some are like a lot of these people, there's maybe even some worse kind of abuse, like more than like mental, like yelling and like fights. So yes, that is very dark and just very like a depressing energy. Spirit, what's going on in these people's lives to make them hate on others? What's going on in these people's lives to be hating on others? What's going on in these people's lives to be hating on others? I'm gonna get one or two more cards. Spirit, what's going on in these people's lives to be hating on others, to make them so hateful? In this person's life, they feel an enormous loss like all the time, and they just feel like they're in this kind of deserted wasteland of a mentality, of an existence. It really just brings me back to that like nightmare feeling of like being in a void. I don't know why this is coming to mind, but there's like this episode in one of the older SpongeBob series, and like SpongeBob gets stuck in some kind of void, and it's like really creepy. And I think there's like other movies like that where like that's something that happens in like even in just like really like true horror movies, like there's scenes like that. And I think that like that is kind of like this person's reality, and that's why I mentioned Stockholm Syndrome, because like I don't think they realize like how dark it is and how unhealthy and nightmarish it is. It's just really, really sad. And I'm really surprised this is like this reading is supposed to be about like why are they hating on others, like why are they toxic, like, and kind of, you know, exposing the person. And what this is turning out to be is these people are just like really like in a really dark place, and they're like very unhappy. And so I guess they're taking that out on others, on my pile threes. With the moon, I just again get this sense of immense darkness, and I'm very drawn to the face in the moon right now. Just like that look of consternation, just of turmoil and confusion, of just like just not really knowing. And the eyes are closed, so they're just unaware. They can't see the truth of their reality. And with the Nine of Pentacles, I'm getting that this person, like, the only way that they can feel even a little content is just knowing that at least they have enough money to survive, as sad as that is. Like they're just very focused on survival as a foundation. I mean, which is like makes sense, but like above that, like they, besides survival, like they are just in a very dark place, and their soul is very alone. Like even if they might be with someone, like they're very, very alone, and their soul has like no fulfillment. So you know what, this is just very sad. And I even got like this picture of someone who the people around them are just not very nice to them, or they're just low vibrational. And like I feel like this person is so insecure, like the hater, that when people tell them like just like tell them anything, like this person will just be gullible, because they're just like kind of desperate first to just be around people and like not like have to work for anything, because they're just so like complacent and all this. And so yeah, I just got this image of their friends or partners saying like, oh well, spirituality doesn't exist, like souls don't exist, and this person would just take that as fact and be like, oh okay, like I'll just like accept that as fact, but like not even really have even the strength to like have like mind of their own. So that's just terrible. So I'm curious what are knowing some more about this person. Spirit, what messages do you have about these people? What do you have to say about these people, about this person, about these people hating on pile 3? What do you have to say about them? Oh God. Maybe one more card. What do you have to say about them? Okay. The star kept coming up on the bottom of the deck, so I put it out there. Because like in the last question, it came out too. Okay, pile 3. So the sad energy just continues with this question. Well, first of all, there was some like lightness, I guess you could say, in the beginning. Like so basically, you know, the question's asking Spirit, what messages do you have about this person? And I got this image of like their spirit team and their angels being like what? Like you're asking about that person? Like, oh, we've kind of given up on them a while ago, or we're just like keeping an eye on them from far away. And they're like all of a sudden here like, oh, okay, well yeah, we'll give you some messages. So that was like kind of a funny message I got, which I haven't really gotten a message like that before, but kind of makes sense, because this person's soul has like this hater's soul, or these haters' souls have just given up, or like they're just not like very connected with anything right now. So so I'm getting that, so Spirit is saying that this person doesn't want to put the work in, because they don't want to like see, like they don't want to find out if they would fail. Like it's kind of that classic fear of like if someone tries too hard, then that would like hurt even more, because then they like the disappointment would be so much more, which we all know is like unhealthy to think that way. Like we have to uplift ourselves. But yeah, that's the main reason why they hate on you, pile 3, is that's like maybe the main reason is because you're like someone that they would feel that competition with if they were really trying. and but they just don't have the strength. They're depleted. They've like, I mean, with the Seven of Wands, I literally got like this energy of them, their soul being beaten down continuously by some outside force, whether that's a partner or family or friends in their life. Like, they are just, yeah, they're being kept in a very dark place, like very stuck. And with the Ace of Pentacles, I mean, obviously that could mean that they're in connections because they're dependent, because of money reasons, and for, you know, that survival we were talking about before. And so I also got this with with the abuse that's going on in their life. I was getting that classic dynamic of someone, like the abuser, promising the victim and like all of these great things, like a happy life, and they compliment them a lot, but then like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they like take all that away, and they make this person feel worthless. But this group, these haters, and it's funny I say that these are the haters because this is a very serious victim here, obviously. They're very like attached to this person or this abuse. Like, they are very stuck on the fact that they help them feel like the star sometimes, so then that feels like enough to them, and they don't see how dark and abusive it is for someone to like make you feel like the star one moment and then tear you down the next. And I'm getting that, like, sorry, that was my kittens in the background. Oh wow, and there's like a siren in the background, so I hear sirens like in the streets near me. So this is just really like sad. Like, this person's being harmed a lot, whether that's just like, you know, psychological or mental or whatever. And I even get like I get messages from their spirit team saying that it's just so hard to get through to this person. So yes, that is what I have for you, pile 3. That was a very sad one. I think that might be the most sad out of the 5. Like, it's not really dirt on the person, it's just showing like truly why this person is messed up. Like, they have very dark issues going on. So hope to see you in my next reading. Okay, welcome, pile 4. So this pile is definitely going to be the darkest pile out of this whole reading, this whole video. When I pulled the cards, it was just maybe the worst energy I've ever felt in a reading. And yeah, I even feel like I have to protect myself because this was just so dark. And so just please take care. Please know that this is going to delve into some heavy stuff. I mean, the whole video goes into like some heavy stuff in one way or another, but this one in particular, like whoever is hating, whoever this hater is, they are extremely manipulative. And it's kind of funny, like, as a tarot reader, I think sometimes we feel like sometimes like dark energy comes through and is like trying to kind of like trick us, and or it's like really hard to get answers out of them and things like this. And I just got that feeling a lot, and I even like felt like there was like bad energy coming through, which was just horrible. So firstly, I found that this energy is secretive. I think people who know them definitely acknowledge that they're secretive and also creepy. And I also get that they get called out for being creepy pretty regularly. This person's energy is very frustrating. It just seems like defensive, dark, moody, and manipulative, like calculating. I did get like some Scorpio energy. Like I just know that's like the dark side of Scorpio is kind of what I'm describing. So that could be in this in these people's charts. Also, there's many veils with this person. I mean, no surprise there, but there's they purposely like give illusions. Like they enjoy tricking people. They enjoy having like different facades, and well, maybe not like literally changing like an identity, but like they like you know what I get is that saying dark empath. So it's a person who's very good at navigating emotions, but they use that power for bad. So they can just use people based off of like what they know about emotions. Anyways, this person, this group, they're always trying to manipulate. They're trying to avoid blame, accountability. They're trying to get the best out of situations. I also got that saying bottom feeder. So that's just someone in society, like, or in a community who purposely stays under their radar. Like they stay in the dark corners, if you will, of, and they like, so they can get away with things. This is a person who is pretty attractive, and they do get a fair amount of attention from like suitors and when they're out and about and things like this. I did get that they have like some kind of obsession with someone, and they are ashamed of this because because they feel like it takes their power away. So yes, that is like when they care about someone, they feel like less power, like they feel more powerless, and they really hate that. So that is probably why they're hating on you, pile 4. I don't know if you are the person they're obsessed with or what, but they that is like one of their Achilles heel, if not the Achilles heel, is like anyone or anything that can make them feel more powerless. I also got that this person is addicted to narcissism, so that is makes sense with all the other energy they have. I also got that something tragic about them is like the person or thing they're addicted to, like they would, like this is just something that can't even be in their life, because the person that they would be interested in or whoever they're obsessed with would never tolerate like the kind of person they are, like the things that they try to get away with. They're very addicted to their narcissism. They're addicted to, I mean, I heard harming people, so they must just get like a power trip off of that, like being able to make someone cry or this or that. Like they're kind of known for this, like by their friends, by whoever. Like people can sense like the darkness around them. And this is the one pile that I definitely think there could be some real psychosis involved, like the actual like diagnosis of psychosis. Like I think this person could be like you know, like psychotic, like they just lack like the brain elements to be able to have anything healthy in their life. Spirit, please help keep me protected from this energy. But let me get a couple more answers for my pile 4s. Spirit, what's going on in these people's lives to be hating on others so much? What's going on in these people's lives? Okay, so basically it's this, So for this question, we have 3 of Cups, Queen of Swords, the Hierophant, and 5 of Pentacles. So in this person's life, they are just kind of indulging in anything they want without really without care for other people's feelings. Their idea of self-love is like things that can even harm others, and they think that that is okay. Like this is the kind of person that can't even see that logic. Like they would feel so blocked to this compassion that they would think it's a joke. Like if you were, tried to explain to them, like what you're doing, even though you're enjoying it, like this is like hurting someone else. And wow, this is what I'm talking about. Like this is like such dark energy. And I'm thankful that I did ask like Spirit and the universe to protect me through this energy. But it just kind of was surprising. With the Queen of Swords, I'm getting more of that dark empath energy. A lot of anger, actually, which is interesting because it just seems like this person like lacks depth of emotion. But they do feel angry. Maybe what I'm getting is like they're angry at their spirit team. I think with dark empaths, they actually do feel connected to 5D. And so, which is very interesting. I think that their spirit team is like really trying to get through to them to let them know like what all they're doing is so messed up. And the person that this pile is about, this reading is about, they are angry because I think they intuitively know that their spirit team is throwing like life lessons at them, like throwing hardships to really impress upon them, like, no, you are on the wrong path. Like I see in the Hierophant, like the figure has their hand up. They're holding their hand up like halt. That's what I'm getting from in this reading, is they're saying to this person, to this group, like, no, like stop your behavior, stop, you are not on the right path, even though you keep trying to convince yourself of this. Because this person's like highly hedonistic. Like they think that if they're having the most fun, regardless of anyone else, like they think that's the right path. And lastly, I do think that this person is having some like financial trouble. Like they're just not doing so well. Like people have a hard time getting along with them. People like kind of psychically sense that something's off with this person, and it's draining. Like they're very draining to be around. All right. Spirit, what messages do you have about this person? What messages do you have about this person? What messages do you have about this person? I'll put these down here. Spirit, what messages do you have? Okay, Pal 4. So we have 9 of Wands, King of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the Devil, and 5 of Wands. So I got this message from Spirit that this group that this reading is about are being highly watched in the spirit realm. It's kind of cool. Like I got this feeling like the King of Pentacles and the Queen, they're kind of like this like court of some kind of like, I don't know, royal court or something like this in the spirit realm, with many others who are really watching this person. And wow, this is like so interesting, but they are taking what is that word? Like they're taking note of all of this person's like behaviors, like their weaknesses, their strengths, like just just everything about them. And they're doing this so that they can kind of tweak their, like they really have this mission of like doing something to this person. And this is such an odd message, spirit, like, but they really are like trying to get this person like super tired, like keep working like with this job, like they're very desperate for money right now, so they're trying to get them tired with work, and they just have like this really elaborate plan for this person. And so I mean, I just have this feeling like with karma and everything, like this person like has it coming. And I know that sounds very ominous, but that is just the sense I'm getting. And like the spirit realm is very content with this. Like they are set on their decision, whatever this is about this person. You know what it is the spirit realm is really coming through to validate pile 4. They're coming through to validate because they want to agree that this person is messed up. Like this group, whoever's like hating on pile 4, they are so messed up. They are guilty of so much, and the spirit wants pile 4 to know like please don't second guess yourself. Like really stand by like what you feel and stand by your boundaries with this energy, because you just never deserve to have to deal with this. So yes. And they're also like confirming like this person is going to get their karma for like their seriously poor behavior. Like this is like really, really dark. And so anyways, that is what I have for you, pile 4. Please take care and hope to see you in my next reading. Hi, pile 5. For your reading, we have the Empress, the Chariot, King of Swords, 7 of Wands, the High Priestess, Page of Wands, 8 of Swords, and 9 of Swords. So I got a sense of this being possibly a family situation, even like a mother who is hating on someone. So that's kind of horrible. All families should just be supportive of one another. But anyways, this group of haters, they are like tormented by so many thoughts, and almost to the point like they can't even think straight. So definitely like some mental issues going on. They are addicted to some kind of technology, whether that be like TV, like streaming services, social media, something like this, maybe like games. They have like a lazy energy, like they don't really have any energy for like really living life, and they have a sense of emotional immaturity, and their energy seems fear-based. This group of haters tends to compare themselves to others, which makes sense if they're like on social media, like constantly just like looking at things. I even got this, I just heard like they're staring at things, so maybe they're hyper focused on looking at profiles, at pictures, products, things like this. There's a sense of them avoiding spirituality, and that they're obsessed with material things and the 3D realm. And they also have health issues. And again, just a lot of immaturity, like they're like that saying, like emotionally stunted or just like stunted growth, like mentally. They're allowing something in their life to keep abusing them. So that is like definitely a theme with this whole video, which is just really sad and unfortunate. I never expected to tune into this kind of energy so much in this video, so it's just been really difficult to see all of this. These people seem to be just almost paralyzed by their fears. Like the things that they think would be cool or empowering or great to have in their life, they're too based in fear to even try those things. And also they're not good at boundaries, so they're insecure, like toxic, like they don't really know what healthy boundaries are. Spirit, what's going on in these people's lives to make them hateful towards others? What's going on in these people's lives to be hateful towards others? What's going on? So for this question, we have 6 of Cups, the Devil, 3 of Swords, and Justice. So for this group of haters, they are definitely stuck in the past, and just they see things in their past where, you know, like when people look fondly back on high school, like they were doing so well in high school, like that's the analogy that first came to mind. And then like fast forward in life, like they're frustrated because they're not still in that energy, so they take that on other people who might still be in that energy or who are able to maintain that energy, or, you know, like cultivate that energy of abundance later in life. I got a message that just confirmation that they're very obsessed with the 3D world, with material things, with like kind of this sense of overindulgence. And I definitely get issues with relationships, whether that's with their significant other or just weird kind of toxic things happening, like maybe someone cheating or divorce, or maybe staying in a loveless relationship, something like this, where there's just this, like there's relationships that really need to be resolved here and the person needs to move on, but they're like stuck in the routine of things. I also got a sense of this person like following trends, but like in a bad, unhealthy way. Like they just see like their community all like banding together against something, and they think that is like so cool, but it's because of like the community is guilty of like bullying and like stereotyping and biases. And I got that sense with this person is they kind of like blindly follow things just because it adds to status and social media. So I got that as well. And you know, I think that this person would probably hate on you, pile 5, simply because you are more evolved than them. And like if they see that you have so much kindness and abundance in your life and you really care about like really important matters in the world, like this person is going to hate on that because they know, like obviously intuitively, that they are like focused on the wrong things. And it's just like that stark reminder of like with that stark contrast comes like really hard truths, because they like know like that they're the ones doing something wrong. So Spirit, what messages do you have to say about these people? And I think that I even said one of the first messages, but anyways, Spirit, what do you have to say about these people? What messages do you have about these people? So Spirit is coming through with a message, first of all, to protect yourself from this energy, because I think for some of you, you do feel like an attachment, or just like you would like to at least try to help this person. And Spirit is saying like this person is kind of far gone from like reason and like caring that much about anything. They're just very obsessed with like 3D things. And I even just heard from Spirit like they don't really have heart, or they lack heart. They lack a heart. They're just like superficial, but like in a very dark way. And yeah, like they're living their life with lack of character, lack of integrity. With the Queen of Cups, like I think that like on the outside they're obsessed with appearing like the Queen of Cups, like in social media, like they would care, like they would help people, like they would help their community and whatnot. But really, like look, like in this reading, like I can see like that is not the case. Like this person is like obsessing over what they're holding. Like they're like so not focused on those around them. And yes, they're just very like obsessed about image and appearance. Like they're willing to do like this kind of 5 of Swords energy in order to get what they want, to be selfish. And I saw this energy like in the last pile of like there's so much of in this day and age about self-love, and I think sometimes it can be like a little dangerous, because someone who's like a dark empath can use that against others and say like, oh well, my version of self-love is I'm gonna like, you know, like yell at you, or like because you deserve it, or I mean that's terrible. I can't believe I just this, it's just so dark. But anyways, with this pile, this person would be the type of person to think that self-love was like all like 3D based, like material based, or like just all about selfishness, like pure selfishness, like without any care for how it affects others. So this person's just very misguided and stuck in toxic energy. Okay, that is what I have for you, pile 5. And I hope to see you in my next reading.